Hello my lovelies, I'm Jason and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. So you're joining me today on a really horrible kind of rainy day. Not actually down the plot at the moment, I'm at home in my back garden. Just cleaned out my pond filter because it needed a well needed removal of all the horrible sludge and stuff. So I thought I'd take the opportunity now and show you a little bit of my garden. Bear with me, I'll turn you around. Okay, so here's the pond I've just cleared. You can see the water's still a bit murky. Every time you just disturb the bottom of the pond, you get a little bit of the detritus and stuff coming up to the top. But I'm going to try and use something called a pond bomb a little bit later and see if it helps the water to clear a bit. With all the rain and everything we've had lately, it's gone, like I say, a bit murky, so it's become a little bit more difficult to see all of the fish. So we've got a few in there, big ones, and there's quite a few little ones as well. Okay, let's swing you around a bit. So let's have a look at just generally what we've got. So we're big hosta fans, so there's quite a few hostas in pots dotted around the place, and it's always nice to have a bit of colour in the garden. So a few aces here and there, and we've got about 4 of them at the moment. And the crocosmia, always nice in the garden. Sunflowers, self-seeded, we think maybe from bird feed or something like that. There's quite a large clump there, so it should be interesting to see how they go. And again, the lovely irises in the pond, flag irises, so you have bright yellow flowers on them. Those ones haven't flowered this year, but if you have a look over here, this one here is already flowered, so it's got these nice big seed pods on the end of the plants. As always with every allotment holder, they'll always have a few bits and pieces at home, so a little bit of a herb garden here, sort of thyme and a bit of parsley in there, and this is hopefully the first of a few of these Belfast sinks made up with Sarracenia. So these are the pitcher plants, variety of different colours, and I mean, it's got these striking bright red ones, and kind of the ones with a white tinge to them as well. Every time I go to one of these festivals or garden shows, I always seem to pick up a new one. So if I pick up any more now, I think this one is pretty much full. If I pick up any more now, I'm going to have to get myself another sink, and I guess I'll have a conversation with the wife about where to put it, because as you can see, it's quite overrun with plants. Let's have a look down the bottom. Okay, so all across the fence here we've got a nice flowering quince, and you can see there's some nice fruit there. Not really done anything with quince before, so it'll be interesting to see how we can use them. And the lovely hibiscus just starting to flower now. And bottom of the garden, so we're quite a big fan of bamboos. We made the mistake a while back of putting in an arrow bamboo, Pseudosassa japonica, and then made a very wise decision about trying to remove everything as time went on, because it just goes out of control. So the two we've got here are clumping varieties, so they usually stay pretty much where you put them, albeit they get a bit wider every year. So we've got a nice gold Aurea there, and the Phyllostaches niger there, which is the black bamboo. So you get these nice green stems in the first year, and then they go black over the years following. And some nice variegated hostas there, and as you can see, It's an allotment holders garden, so we've got a few bags of compost here, probably for our front garden at some point, but we'll get around to that. And the tree here is it's more of a bush really, because it's a tree honeysuckle, so again you get these really nice flowers and then berries afterwards. When I spoke about the poisonous plant, the castor bean plant, this one here is the fatsia that we were talking about. So this is actually a spider's web fatsia, so it's got these nice little white markings on the leaves. Okay, so let's see if we can see any more of the pond. Yeah, they seem to have gone deep for a bit, I think with the rain and everything. I'll give them a bit of food in a bit. Okay, let's switch it back round. Okay, here's me hiding under the umbrella. So that's just a brief look around our back garden. It's quite a small garden, but we've got plenty of things in it. I built the pond probably about 6-7 years ago, so it's really matured now. We're interested to see how that pond bomb goes. Might do a video over time and see what difference it makes. Okay, that's all for me for today. Thanks very much for listening. Please subscribe if you find this interesting, and give me a nice little like. And I'll see you again shortly. So all the best.